Welcome into the number one Group of Five football podcast in the world. This is the Group of Five guys. Our goal is to give these Group of Five football programs the hype and recognition that the mainstream sports media refuses to do. And we need your help to do that. You can follow us on all the social media platforms at Group of Five guys. Also, if you do like the podcast, if you like the show, give us a like, give us a 5-star review and rating, and share with your friends and family. Or you can go to group-of-5guys.com and get some Group of Five Guys swag. Inside drill coming up. Have you had it from somebody born and raised in Lafayette, Louisiana, at a tailgate? Doubt it.
Lee Corso is a guy who had a retirement party 10 years ago, and yet he still won't leave the office.
Projected getting drafted between the first and third round. That's incredible. The wide receivers are absolutely stacked for the Group of Five.
I said Michael Pratt has got to show up and play, and boy did he. 394 yards, 4 touchdowns, 48 rushing yards on the ground, and another touchdown.
I really appreciate you do for the Group of Five programs, and I think it's great. I think we should get more of this. But you guys are on the forefront of this, and
so I'm thankful for this. I'm glad that you're talking about the Group of Five because I think they get overlooked.
But it's a ton of fun to watch a guy go to the NFL from a Nevada or a Colorado State or a Middle Tennessee or an App State, and fans follow that kid.
I appreciate what you guys do, truthfully, covering the Group of Five. Y'all said it earlier, but the Sun Belt to me is college football.
Welcome to this episode of Inside Drill with the Group of Five guys. We got probably, of the coaches we've met, one of the most infectious guys that I've met anyway. Mike MacIntyre, head coach at FIU, Florida International. I mean, if you're watching this show right now, you can see the guy's background. Unbelievable. The guy's in Miami, Florida, taking time to hang out with the Group of Five guys tonight. Coach, thank you for coming on, man.
Well, thanks for having me on. I've been wanting to get on. I've been bugging you guys. I'm glad I got on, and we need to get y'all down to Miami. You need to come to a game. Y'all could hang out at spring game. Go to the beach Friday. You could go watch the Heat play a game. You can come to our game. You could go watch the Marlins. You could go down and hear some rap and reggae down on South Beach. I mean, I don't know where you're going that would be any better than that. I can promise you that. Not in April. You're probably going to go somewhere where it's going to be like 60 degrees, rainy, cold, overcast. But y'all have fun.
Coach, I've been telling him
he might have sold me right there, Sprouse. Go check a Heatles game down there, game 2.
Yep.
Hey, listen, we caught a good time. Speaking of the Heat, man, big win for the Heat. Marlins are looking good. Panthers are playing tonight in the playoffs. Yep. I mean, you got a hell of a sports town down there in South Florida.
You could have done all three of them in one weekend and then seen our game for 4 on top of it. It'd be great.
Well, next time
we'll get down there for sure.
Yeah, we got to get down there. But Coach, we get cranked up. So you got your spring game on the 22nd. I know you're planning a big event, kind of trying to get some people out there. What can the fans expect out of your spring game this weekend?
Well, we're calling it the spring showcase. We're going to have situations for fans and call plays. We're going to have them out there catching balls, punts, kicks. Very, very fan friendly. Got a lot of alumni football players coming back, and a lot of the alumni around the area. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Our kids are excited about getting out there and going after it.
Yeah. Coach, we talking before the show, you've been all over the country, college level, NFL level. You've been around. I was just looking kind of through your history. You've been around some all-time greats. Coached with Bill Parcells, coached with Eli Manning, Patrick Willis at Ole Miss, and then Roy Williams, the safety. Of all those guys, and you've been around, is there anything in particular that you take to your guys at FIU, or just the way you approach coaching every day?
Wow. I think I honestly take bits and pieces of all of them. Of course, Coach Parcells taught me so much. It was kind of like getting my PhD, coaching for the Cowboys for him, and how he built a team, and which is making a big difference in now with all the NIL stuff and transfer portal. You got to kind of build a team every year. How he did that, how he practiced was extremely important. I learned a lot from him that way. And he was a psychologist too. He always would work the room and motivate the players and I thought that was interesting. I had a guy that played for me named Darren Woodson, who's a leading tackler in Cowboys history. His last year, learning his wisdom and how to coach him. He said, "Keep coaching me. Haven't learned everything yet." That was really neat, and I learned a lot. And then of course Patrick Willis was a lot of fun recruiting him, and then being around him. And the thing I learned about Patrick Willis is he's one of those people that doesn't let peer pressure bother him, not at all. That was a thing that I learned around Patrick. And then of course Eli Manning. His work ethic was unbelievable when we were in college. When I was at Ole Miss with him, and we didn't have all the iPads and everything you have now. He would have to come to the office, and so we'd be leaving the office 9:30, 10 o'clock at night on a Monday or Tuesday night, and Eli's sitting there watching tape, and he never made a B. He made all A's. Not like me. I never made a B either, but I never got an A either. So, but he was amazing, absolutely amazing.
Yeah, well, you mentioned recruiting, and especially with the transfer portal and everything that's been going on with that. How's spring ball look so far? What are some big names? I know Tyrese Chambers was one that transferred, and you had a couple other guys leave, but have also had some guys come in through the portal. So what's some names everybody can kind of keep an eye out for the spring game and this upcoming season?
Yeah, our guys are working hard, and it's been exciting. Yeah, we definitely lost a few guys, but we gained a couple guys. But we also had a good recruiting class the year before with some a lot of our freshmen that we redshirted and played some. And I think some of the freshmen that have stepped up that are now sophomores that are looking good. You got on the offensive line, we got Nair Jackson is a young man that's looking really good. J.D. Lee from there in Nashville, Tennessee at Pearl Cone High School, who's looking really good. Those are freshmen. On defense, Hezekiah Massis, who played for us as a freshman last year. Demetrius Hill, who played for us as a freshman last year. All those guys are sophomores, and they've gotten mature and better. And Jordan Gerard, who was a freshman last year, who's now a sophomore. All of those guys are really looking good and improving. And then we added some transfers to those guys and some junior college guys that are pushing at it hard.
Coach, you obviously South Florida is one of the hottest recruiting beds in the country. FIU has almost always had one of the better recruiting classes in the conference, at least according to the 24/7s and the Rivals and ESPN and that. So, what do you think it's going to take to make FIU be a consistent winner? I mean, there's been some great seasons.
I can tell you at MTSU, you can't. A comes before I. I don't know if you learned that there. I don't know if you sat behind the wrong person in class and cheated over the wrong person. I don't know what you did there, but kind of got that messed up. But that's okay. I'll forgive you. I think that what we have to do is just keep recruiting the area. We're combing the area, add a few guys to that, and then keep maturing them. And with all the transfer in the NIL, you're going to lose a couple guys every year. We got to make sure as we get going that we don't lose as many. But if we do, as we keep recruiting, there's guys that leave from this area that want to bounce back that we've gotten to know. So I think that's extremely important to recruit the area extremely hard. And even if you don't get them the first time, if they do want to come back, you got a chance to get them on the second time, which is a crazy way to think. But you have to adapt to change. And to me, that's the best way to adapt to change is just comb your area, become very friendly with everybody, really show them what you're all about. And then keep getting a better and better product on the field, which we'll have this year more than we did last year.
Well, I know in our experience, and especially playing FIU, you guys have always just had phenomenal athletes, and even on the offense and defensive line as well. But it seems like since you've got there, just some of the things you've been doing has been different than predecessors have, especially kind of engaging the student fan base, going out in the community, trying to get, more a cohesive support. And it seems like it kind of showed with your games last year. It had some pretty good showings from the students. What's kind of your philosophy just overall on coaching, and what are you trying to do different at FIU?
Well, I think you do have to engage. You've got to put on different hats. You got to be a little bit of a politician. You got to be a little bit of a rah-rah guy. You've got to, you got to recruit. You got to keep your guys. So you got to kind of wear all of them. You can't just be a football coach of what people traditionally think a football coach is. So you've got to enjoy doing that. And I enjoy people. I want what's best for our young men on our team. I want them to have a great experience. And I want the people to come out and see what these young men are about. And so as we keep improving the program, and they've had success here in the past, once we get it up and rolling again, and we were really down, and we made some improvement last year, and we need to make another jump this year. And I think once we get it rolling, we'll be able to sustain it. Even if we lose a few guys here and there, once we get it rolling, we'll be able to sustain it.
Well, you got the kind of the new look conference coming up this year. So, I mean, FIU ought to be, as far as the brand names go, it's one of the ones that's been around a while now with all the new teams coming in. So how do you, just along those lines, keep FIU at the top as a perennial contender?
Right. Well, we got to play better, right? And tackle better, run better, catch better, throw better, coach them better, be more organized, and we're definitely farther ahead this year. And so hopefully we'll be able to do that. And then the young men, as y'all well know, when you play, you're the guys out there between the white lines, and when you get between the white lines, can they handle all the different adversity, all the different things that happen to you? And I'm hoping that our guys will be able to do that. But it is exciting where we're headed. And, we've got a new president last year, a new AD, and then me as a new coach. All three of us are right in line on what we want to do and how we want to achieve. And so I see those guys constantly. We communicate constantly. And the way you succeed in anything, in any type of organization you're building in to sustain, there has to be phenomenal communication. There has to be open lines. And we don't have to always agree on everything, but we better have great communication. And we definitely do.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about that on our show all the time, especially at the group of five level. Some of the schools that just seems like they just can't get it. They can't get the fan support, or they can't get the administration or something. It's got to be, like you just said, y'all three on the same page. But
yeah, some of the things that we did last year with y'all talking about fan support, their tailgating used to be really excellent here, and it kind of got I guess tempered a lot. And we were able to, with Ken Jessel and the Board of Trustees and our AD, Scott Carr, who helped build Central Florida with what they have, we've really opened that back up. The student engagement, you said it earlier, has really taken off. We had the biggest student crowds they've had in over 12 years or so, since early 2011, 13 in that area. So that's exciting, and more season tickets sold than they had in the past. We'll do that again this year. We opened up our parking lots better over there. So there's just a lot of things that have helped make it more fan-friendly because in Miami, as you well know, it's one of those places, it better be an event. It better not just be a game. And that's what we're turning it into more and more.
Coach, I can tell you, I mean, when I was down there last summer just walking around, you're so excited about everything happening, man. And I just really appreciate that. And I know, when you're talking to the students or you're talking to alumni or just whoever, I know just by talking to you, spending time with you, it's like, man, you're hard to not root for it. I mean, you really are. And and then, obviously Tyrese is not with you anymore, but then, we get the chance to meet your players. They seem like great dudes. They've taken on your personality. So, if I can, give the people of Miami and FIU a pitch, man, just go hang out with these guys, spend some time with these guys, and you'll really want to support this team.
Thank you.
Yeah, no question about it. So one thing I've been seeing on social media, I think is it your kid that he'll always ask you, hey coach, would you rather be, whatever, Arnold Schwarzenegger or Sylvester Stallone? And you always say, I'd rather be Mike MacIntyre. So where'd that come from? What's that about, man?
Well, my youngest son always had this thing he would do with his friends and his brothers and sisters. He'd look at one of his friends and like somebody would come up on television or something happened. And he goes, hey, would you rather be Michael Jordan or Larry Bird or something like that? And they had to think about it, Michael Jordan's better than Larry Bird or Larry Bird. They would go back and then one of them would say, I think I'd be Michael Jordan because of this. And the other guy would say Larry Bird, and they would argue. So one day they were saying, and I said, guys, wouldn't you just rather be yourself? Wouldn't you just rather be yourself? And so then my son, unbeknownst to me, like the first couple times, asked me the question, and I looked up, and he's like doing it on his phone. I thought, he's just good. So he kind of did it there for like a month. He just kind of pop up and get me, pop up at dinner, pop up. And then he put it on an Instagram thing of his. And this was like, this is when I was coaching at Ole Miss. So this was 2019. And I told him, I said, that stuff y'all put on Instagram is going to pop up again. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. And then we're here and it pops up. And I looked at him and he goes, they all ran back to their phones and started deleting all these other things on their Instagrams, which I imagine y'all have too before. So that's what happened there. So that happened a long time ago, but all of our players come up to me every once in a while and go, hey, Coach, who would you rather be? And I said, Mike MacIntyre. What do you mean? And so I just want everybody to be the best of themselves is what I'm trying to tell them. And the whole thing is that. Be the best of who you are. Be proud of who you are. Care about who you are. And that's kind of what I mean in that. But that's how it all happened. It was a spoof that they were doing, and it just happened. And then one of the reporters found it and put it out. That's pretty funny.
That's great. No, it really is. It's funny. I saw the one one of them, and I started cracking up. I was like, I like that, man. That's gotta be that's good stuff. But man, Jeff, look at that background back there.
I mean,
the sun's going down a little bit,
setting, and I mean, you got the palm trees with some stars behind. I mean,
silhouette of the palm trees. I mean, it looks like
why would you not go down to FIU, Sprouse? I don't know.
I've been telling you guys.
I could have been here April 22nd instead of being cold.
We could have.
You could have gone to our game, the Heat's game, the Marlins game, the Panthers game. Yeah, you could have gone to OTA practice at the Dolphins, maybe. Who knows?
Could have done it, Jeff. I've been telling these guys, Coach, for years and years and years.
There's such a thing as South Beach, and there's, good scenery down there, I guess.
I have been to South Beach. It is a special place.
I've been Coach. I tell these guys all the time. It's not like any other city in the world. It's nothing close to anywhere in the U.S. And Miami. I'm telling you, it's the best city out there. But Coach, man, that's all the questions we got for you tonight. Again, thank you so much for coming on, guys. If you're in Miami, do the trio, man. Hit FIU spring showcase, hit a Heat game, hit a Marlins game, do it all. But this, especially this fall, guys, go support Coach Mac. Go support this team. They got something, man. They got something special. So we're rooting for you, Coach. Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys, and thanks for all you do for the Group of Five. I love y'all's passion. I love your inspiration, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Yes, sir. All right, Coach. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
I'm telling you, Jeff, Coach Mac, he's infectious, isn't he?
I mean, he is. I'm ready to sign my second letter of intent to come back for a 6th year and play at FIU. I mean, he's just got it, man. And we've seen it time and time again. We meet some of these coaches, and they just have this personality. And it's just, you want to be a part of it. You want to talk to him. You want to be around him. And I hope he continues to do what he does over at FIU, and they continue to grow and get better, because especially in the new look Conference USA, I mean, they got a shot to make a run at it.
Well, yeah. And I mean, I would sign a letter of intent and go to FIU. No offense to Coach Mac, but it wouldn't because of him. But no, man, that campus is sweet. I think it's one of the largest student bodies in the country. I mean, they're like 50,000 students. Wow. Really good, like, hospitality and marketing down there. Just obviously being in Miami, there's all of that. Great campus. We talked about it last year when I went down there. It's a student dorm, looks like a freaking South Beach condo, right on top of the stadium.
Yeah. When I called the middle game last year, I mean, right to our left, because we were on that upper deck where their radio booth is. And I mean, it's lit up. It's got like different colors on each level. You could see each floor has like a viewing lobby area where you could watch the game if you wanted to. And it's big time, man. And like you said, I mean, who wouldn't want to be down in South Florida playing football and hanging out on South Beach?
Yeah, ain't no question about it. And I mean, here's the deal, man. He's been around a long time. He's a program builder. So, it's only the second year they did. I mean, I think they won one game the year before last, and they won a couple this year. You hope to see some more improvement on that again this season.
Yeah, and some of those games last year were really close. I mean, that middle game, I mean, honestly, in all honesty, FIU should have won that game.
Yeah.
I mean, So, and there were some other ones that were close for a while, and it just got away at the end. But they got the talent, and I think he's doing a good job of building a culture there that's going to take him to the next spot.
That's exactly right. And the main thing, like we always talk about, and he said it, you got to have president, AD, head coach on the same page. So only way you're going to get the engagement from the the fans, the students, the rest of the school, and the rest of the community. So they got those three. I mean, should rattle off a couple wins, man, and that could be a good spot.
Absolutely. And I think he said they were the president and the AD. They're all fairly new, right?
Last year, yeah.
Yeah, last year. So, I mean, that's exciting, if you're an FIU fan, to see hopefully the change continue to improve. And with those guys, like he said, being on the same page, you got to have that to move the university and the football program forward. And hopefully they put football first and be that driver like some of these other schools have. And, I mean, you see how it's paid off for them.
Yeah, no question. Well, yeah, I mean, again, Coach Mack, thank you for coming on. Thank you, everybody at FIU that helped make this happen. Eric, who kind of put the bug in both parties' ears, and then Randy, who set it up with Coach Mack. Thank you guys for hooking that up. That's all we got for you guys tonight. If you do like the Group of Five Guys podcast, give us a like, give us a share, give us a subscribe. Tell your family and friends, man. Any click, any comment, any share helps us, helps the algorithm, and helps to get our message out there. Or you can go to groupof5guys.com, buy you some Group of Five Guys swag. Follow us on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Group of Five Guys. Get a couple more interviews coming this week and next. And then, sorry, Coach, we'll be in Charlotte on April 22nd. I don't think it's going to be cold, though. Maybe. I hope not. But, yeah. That's all we got. We're out of here.